What is up everybody, and welcome back to another Among Us video. And in this video I'm going to be telling you about a secret underwater map that you should never play in Among Us. So I'm sure that many of you are aware about the several monsters you can find scattered across the maps of Among Us. But did you know that there's actually this secret water map that you can get access to in Among Us? And this map is known to be the home of Aquatic, the impostor of water, who is known to be one of the most dangerous imposters that many crewmates fear. I actually got to see this underwater map with my very own eyes, and what ended up happening will shock all of you, so you won't want to miss this. And before we get any further into this video, I do want to mention that 70% of you have not hit that subscribe button, which means that you're missing out on Among Us darkest secrets. So why not solve the issue by hitting the subscribe button with the bell icon turned on, and dropping a like on this video if you do enjoy. But now let's begin with today's story video. So something strange happened to me while I was playing Among Us. None of my friends were playing, so I was forced to join a random lobby. I usually enjoy this game more with my friends, but playing with new people shouldn't be all that bad. Besides, what could possibly go wrong? After some time of just waiting, we finally had enough players to start a game. I usually never play with a small amount of people, but 6 players should be fine. I was a crewmate and I spawned inside of the main hall, since it is towards the center of the map, and the task shouldn't be all that far. I had a task to do in the main hall, but pink spawned right next to me, and I didn't want to be the first crewmate to go out, so I went over to electrical. I then made my way over to the cargo bay, because I wanted to be as far as possible from any crewmates, since I haven't had the best of luck playing this map. And while I was in the cargo bay, the lights turned off, and I could hear the sounds of running water, which I have heard before. It's from Aquatic. So I turned on the lights and I quickly checked the bathrooms. I just wanted to make sure that none of the toilets were leaking, which none of them were. The water must be coming from showers. So I went over to the shower room and I began to look around. I don't see anything so far. But that is when my player froze, and a wave of water appeared on my screen, which covered most of my feet, and Aquatic appeared, and the water began to rise, to the point where I could no longer see. Where is Aquatic taking me? This can't be good. The water then began to drain, and that was in another location. The entire map was blue. Everything seemed to have changed color. Aquatic was the one that brought me to this area, but where is he? I'm gonna have to look for him. The entire admin room and office was blue. This can't be the only area that changed color. There has to be more. The lava pool outside of office was still orange. Molten must be hiding inside. I left the lava pool and I began to look around. The rocks were all blue, and so were the walls. The snowmen were also another color. This entire map seems to be underwater, but I have yet to see Aquatic anywhere. This map was so mysterious. How did the rocks even become blue? Aquatic has to be the reason behind all of this, since he is known as a water imposter. I then made my way over to the bottom portion of the map, and these 2 snowmen were the same color as the last one. They were a dark blue instead of white. I then entered weapons, and the floor was covered in water. How did the water even get in here? There was also a fountain with water inside, and a bunch of vegetation. Not to mention that the entire room was blue, including the table and the computer. This basically confirmed my theory that the entire map was underwater. Something fishy was going on. I then entered communications, and the floor was also covered in water, as well as everything else. I wonder if any of the tasks are working, since they seem to be underwater, and electricity and water don't go very well together. It was now time for me to enter O2, and inside the boiler room, I could see the sewage, and there was some moving water. There was also a broken pipe with water coming out, and the entire floor was soaking wet. Must be the water that is dripping from the ceiling, even though we can't necessarily see it. Inside of the room where you fill up the canisters, it was purple, which I found quite odd. Inside of the tree, I could see some more pipes, and the window was also blue. Maybe it's a water tank? Who knows? I then decided to go over to security, and the entire hallway was covered in water. The water seemed to have been frozen in time, which could it be one of Aquatic's abilities? Speaking about Aquatic, where even is he? I have been looking for the past few minutes, and I have yet to see him. He's not right under me. Maybe I should check the cameras and catch him swimming around. So I entered the security room and I began to look through the cameras. I didn't see Aquatic anywhere, but I did see some water inside of the laboratory, so I definitely need to check that area. As I was leaving electrical, I could hear the sounds of a creature coming from the top portion of the map. So I went over to reactor and I could see the ocean. It was right under the base. So that could explain why a lot of areas have water. Maybe the map gets flooded, which causes a map to go underwater. Okay, so now I know that Aquatic has to be somewhere in here, since I just heard him. I then made my way inside of the storage room, and the entire room was flooded. But then I saw a fin. Could this be Aquatic's fin? Or is this some shark impostor that I've never seen before? I didn't feel safe being in the storage room, so I left. But then I could hear the screams of a creature coming from O2. So I quickly made my way over there to see what happened. And when I entered the boiler room, I didn't see anything. The ground then began to shake, and a wave of water appeared, and I saw Aquatic. Aquatic then got close to me and touched my player, and then everything randomly vanished. The water and everything. What even happened? Was that just an illusion? I didn't want to be in O2 anymore after what I just witnessed, so I left the area and I made my way over to the laboratory. It's time to investigate the water that I saw through the security cameras. When I entered the laboratory, the entire floor was covered in waves of water, and there was also a waterfall outside, and the water was coming out. As I went deeper into the laboratory, I saw a fountain, which was well decorated. I then decided to check the telescope. I wanted to look at other objects that can be found in space. The planets all seemed to be a different color, but then I saw a creature that covered an entire planet. Is that another version of Aquatic? I have never seen him before. I closed the telescope and I was getting really scared. What if that version of Aquatic is on this map? No, he can't be. He was huge, I could have seen him. As I went through the decontamination, a bunch of water particles hit my face. I wonder what's going on inside of the specimen room. When I entered inside, the entire area was filled with water, more than other locations. The dummy was also inside of a pool of water. I guess there was nothing special in here, but as I was trying to leave specimen, I heard a creature right behind me. So I returned back to the specimen room, and I heard the creature again, and the ground began to shake. A wave of water then covered my screen, but I didn't see Aquatic anywhere. The water completely vanished. I thought I was about to be Aquatic's next meal. So if Aquatic is in my game, I should call a meeting, and maybe I could see him. So I went over to the meeting room and I called the button, and all I could see were dummies. So I just skipped and went back to what I was doing. When I was back in the meeting room, the ground began to shake even more than before, and I could hear the creature coming from the dropship. As I was walking through the dropship, the screams became louder, and the map was shaking even more than before. As I got closer and closer, I could see water inside of the dropship, and when I walked inside, I saw Mega Aquatic. He was huge. Mega Aquatic then unleashed a massive wave, which covered my entire screen. Looks like this won't be the last time I'll encounter Aquatic. If you would like to know what happened next, let's see if we can get this video to 30,000 likes. I do also want to give a massive shout out to Lazy Doggo for helping me produce this video. If you would like to help out a smaller creator, make sure to go check out his channel and subscribe to him. And if you're new to the channel and want to see more Among Us story videos, make sure that you hit that subscribe button with the bell icon turned on. And check out these other Among Us story videos that I found on my channel.